just passed. Both my mom and my dad are still alive.
Okay.
Very old parents now. They did everything for us. I'm a third child at home. There's 4 daughters, and I'm the third child. So there was always this thing of,
Sorry.
No problem.
Yeah.
Of just always not being paid attention to. Like, people are looking at you, they're seeing you, but they're not seeing you.
Yes.
So there was always that complex. It was okay, what can I do to get people's attention? And I think that's
because there was 4 girls, you say.
Most definitely 4 girls. There's Umbali, there is Pumelele, and then there is me, and then there is Usispe, who's pregnant at the moment. She's about to be a mom.
Oh, wow.
I'm really excited about that. Yeah, I'm really excited about that for her, because I'm gonna be an auntie for I think the 6th time.
Wow.
Yeah, that's when you see the progression of life. Okay, life is happening. But music is my baby as well. Like, I feel like I've just given birth to something absolutely amazing as well on my side.
Okay. So were you the most talented of the 4, or is maybe one of your other siblings like the one who's like more, you feel like they're more talented than you?
Okay, I think Pumelele for me, the one that, the second oldest, was the one who loved to do arts. There was something about it. She was very dramatic, and I think I got a lot of that from her. Just a little bit, just little nuances here and there, but I love television and I love to mimic people like crazy. So I think that's where that love also came in. Anita Baker was my favorite artist because of that, raspy voice and, that deep voice, and I used to like mimic her. And I think that's where it just all began for me. And there were a lot of things that just kept on affirming me as an artist, as a person. Even my dad as well. Dad was one of those during like a boarding school, a long time ago. He told me this, like, I feel like you are living my life. Like, I feel like you are precariously. I don't know if I'm saying the English word right, but
it was definitely sure you are.
I feel like you are living everything that I did. You are doing it, but you are doing it loudly. He did like drama at school, music, choral music. He loves that, and so it was very shocking and just a little bit, liberating for him to see me doing it and living it out as a dream, as a career, as everything professionally, So I think that's where I got like most of my affirmations.
Okay. So you grew up, as you say, you loved mimicking people on TV.
Come on.
And then the singing, right? And then you further went on to get a national diploma in drama studies.
Yes, sir.
At DUT, right?
Yes, sir.
So between those 2 passions, which one was like the main one? Because it sounds like you were so talented in both. So why did you go and study drama studies instead of maybe like, let's say, music or something?
Okay. What happened was in drama, the packages were packaged in such a way that music specialization was the thing. I don't know. I guess I was sort of hiding behind the drama facade, not really taking stock that maybe music is like the real tree trunk.
Yes.
Because each and everything, but it does go hand in hand together. Because every job that I've ever had to encompass both. Because I'm a musicals, you know how musicals are. Osarafina, Frida. People just break out in song, they start singing and acting, speak singing, and so I think it does go together. But the essence of it was the musicality behind it, But with that essence of like being able to tell the story, which is a gift, It just makes it even more, special. Even though I cannot dance to save my life, but when it just comes to the acting parts and the singing part, like we've got that one down pat, And we breathe on theater, we breathe in theater. I did a lot of theater. I think Cinderella back home, Playhouse. It's my first theater production. We did Cinderella, and then after that I did Beauty and the Beast, and then after that
you did the classics,
like the classics, dude, like the Disney's, Disney, and then I went on to do the Lion King, and you know now, Wuti, you are not just trying this thing and you're just taking chances, like you are really doing this for real.
What was the experience there? I mean, Lion King is is incredible. I mean, the whole world knows about Lion King,
Yes,
and for you to be a part of it, how was that whole experience?
oh my gosh. I mean, I remember just being a kid, just watching the cartoon, like, and actually going on those world stages and singing that song.
Yeah,
It's a surreal experience.
it's like singing the national anthem at a full stadium at the World Cup.
Like, that's a dream. Come on, prophesy.
That's a beautiful,
Prophesy.
that's a beautiful dream.
That's where we are headed.
Yeah.
We want things like that, you know. It's really, it's a beautiful surreal experience.
So which places have you been to
Yeah.
through your Lion King? Where,
Oh, man.
which stages?
Yes, I was in Hong Kong. Yes, doing the things that needed to be done
Yeah.
there, and then I came back into the country, and I went straight to Johannesburg because I was like, I'm not gonna go and nestle back home in Durban. It's a gorgeous, sleepy town.
Beautiful weather.
Beautiful weather, yes,
Yes.
dreamy weather.
Yeah.
But you know, when it came to my career, it was just not gonna happen there. So I had to come up to Johannesburg and just settle in here and grind, like I was looking for tips.
Yeah.
And the musical, you know, thing just kept on happening. You know, I got Shrek from there, and then we did The Color Purple,
Yes.
which further went on to just affirm me as you know, as a musician and an actress. And then I did an awesome movie on Zanzi Magic. It was called Hawima. And I was required to sing like at the end. Now that for me, and I was a lead actor, you know, lead actor in it as well, which was just a blessing. And I think it just further affirmed me that, you know what,
You're on the right track.
you're at the right place at the right time. And I knew that doing something like a solo career was something that was pending, and it was something that I was so hesitant to do because I did not think that I had anything to offer. But doing everything that I had been through, I think just sort of, you know, affirmed me when it came to doing this.
Okay.
Particular.
So how's your family support been throughout all of this? Because I know with a lot of musicians and talented people, some of their families are like kind of reluctant. It's like, okay, you do the music and the acting, why don't you go and do a degree in law and then go music weekend?
Yeah, I remember specifically after I finished, I graduated, and mom, because mom isn't, you know, she was a nurse, a nursing sister. She was like, maybe I could just, you know, hook you up with one of my girls, and you could do something in the hospital, like, you know, because it's very like do something there at the hospital, just go and be a nurse and call it a life, you know. There were those fears and things, but if I don't know, and deep down inside, you know, something inside so strong, something inside so strong, like, you know what, regardless of whatever, let me just go and do this, man. Like, I cannot explain it. It's just like it's such a calling. It's something that is deeper and just beyond anything else. It's beyond even my own understanding, 100%. My own fears. And I think the more I was afraid of it, the more I really wanted to do it.
Okay, cool. Let's talk about 2015, right?
Yeah.
Now, you are one of the top 12 finalists on the first season of the reality show on BET.
Come on.
Top actor.
Oh, man.
How's that experience for you?
It was so welcomed because I had just come back from Hong Kong, and immediately when I landed in Johannesburg, to get that chance to audition out of a million people who came to, you know, to take their chances when it came to like a reality television show, and to say that you know, I've got what it takes to be the next best thing in this country, that was so surreal. And I think that even that group, there were a lot of people who are still pretty much, you know, relevant, you know, are doing amazing things even now. Nicholas Ngona, Altaviz, Oros Mampofu, I'm forgetting this girl's name, Joe Katai, you know. So we came out of Mbalingosi. So it's a lot of Busi, yes, you know. So they're doing amazing things in this country, and to be part of that, you know, elite group of people who are doing amazing things.
That's crazy.
Come on. So it was
you guys,
a blessing.
In KZN, right? I've noticed and realized that there's so much talent. You know, like you look at shows like our idols and whatever. the talent from
Must be the
KZN.
water. It's the ocean. It's that sea, the Indian Sea.
You know, it must be the Indian, because there's so much talent that comes from there, man.
Yeah.
But what do you attribute that to? Why is there so much talent in KZN as opposed to other places? What do you think it could be?
My lord, like I'm saying, I don't know if it's the water.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the weather. I don't know, but it's man, I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and say, because even Joburg for me, a lot of people from Durban want to come here in Johannesburg and do something and say that. But I think it's the weather for me. There's something about the gravitas of the voice, because a lot of people, when they from like the Lion King peeps, like that, the execs, that's like their stop. Their stop. When they go to Durban, they're like, we are gonna get the gold, like the vocal gold. We're gonna get from there. I think it's something in the water, like for real.
So what makes it so difficult to make it in Durban? As you mentioned, Vele, most of the artists wanna come to Jozi.
Yeah.
Like, what makes it so difficult to make it in Durban?
I think that I don't know if I cannot say that it's the government. I think it's just the people in general as well. The artist fraternity, it's very, very small. Maybe there's no unity as well to say, you know what, guys, let's just get together as an artist and have something and do this and really do it. And I remember that even in our community when we were young, there were those, theater groups, who were doing something, theater community groups or whatever, that were doing something, but it was not something that was pretty much revered and wanted. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's that. I think that the unity, the seriousness of taking whatever the art seriously was not really embedded. And I think now it's becoming better. I think there's something that is happening. There's a movement. There is a progression that is happening, and I think even our government institutions are starting to take it seriously, because they're seeing the caliber of people that are coming out from there, who are saying, you know what, we are doing this with or without. So yeah, our government institutions, we are praying.
Okay.
We are hoping.
Okay, so now you move from KZN. I need you back now. You come back, and now it's time to come to Jozi.
Yeah.
What was that whole transition like? I mean, to actually even decide I'm going to Jozi, because I feel like everyone who comes to Jozi has to go start back from A. So how was that transition coming back and saying I'm moving to Jozi? Because now you're leaving your family, you're leaving your friends, you're leaving and you come to Jozi. So how was that like for you?
Man, first and foremost, even finances as well. Like let's not even beat about the bush, because you need money to go to auditions. First and foremost, you need to find an agent when you get to Johannesburg. But I first had to do my research before I even came in here, because I saw a lot of my classmates from DUT who came up first before I even, and they came in here and they started to thrive. Some of them were thriving, some of them were doing very well, and some of them were really, really struggling. And I was keeping contact with them as to, liaise with them as to how is the situation there, what's going on, and they're like, girl, child, you better be serious, you better have money, you better have this, and then find a P&A registered agent if you really want to do this, And I got so much intel from people who went in before me, that by the time that I said, okay, I'm doing this, I had money. Money was ready, and then I talked to a friend of mine who was already established, and I got to experience Joburg in her eyes. She was a very focused young lady, very
Where did
talented.
you move to when you got here?
It was inside central Johannesburg, in CBD, the area. Von Brandis.
Yes, Von Brandis.
Von Brandis. It was happening. It was hip. Everything, like it was loud. You get there, you're like, oh my word. So this is okay. So this is really happening.
So you got the proper Jozi experience.
I got the proper Jozi experience, and she was such a very level-headed young woman. She was also a teacher as well, while she was also an actress as well. So she would go to auditions, but she was also a teacher. So I got to see Jozi in a very, sober, focused, stance.
Because there's a lot of distractions.
There's a lot
in this place.
Listen, and when I came in, I had a habit. I was an excessive drinker. Like I was a binge drinker. For me, it was like, you know what? I work hard. I must party hard. And let me go even harder.
Yeah.
Like rah. And that didn't help.
Yeah.
But
because you're chasing a dream at the same time.
You know what I'm saying? And you've got a habit, you know. I don't know why we did that to ourselves, but we were young and, you know, and we thought that we were invincible. And then the 30s hit. And when the 30s hits, you know, there's a sobering that it really needs to take place. And my spirituality was a very serious thing for me too. And I think that also helped me a lot to really sober up and say, you know what, let me just get serious about this talent. Let me get serious. Now take this music thing seriously. Take my life seriously. Take this acting thing seriously. Get sober. And that's when I was able to see the direction. And oh my God, what have I been doing? Where have I been sleeping all this time?
And throughout all that time,
it was a scam.
Throughout all that time, with that being said, what was your inspiring force? What was inspiring you? What was fueling the fire in you to keep going?
My family. I had my family are very supportive. My mom and my dad, my sisters as well. You know, we would talk from time to time, and God. No, I have to. I that one for me is a really big one, and just God and something inside of me. You know, that was just so strong and just holding me together, and friends.
Very important.
Good friends.
So you didn't come here and get new friends, new Johannesburg friends.
No, I didn't. Like I'm such a loyalist, hey?
Yeah.
Like the friends that we had in DUT, I still maintained, you know, that friendship. Some of them we still, you know, we're still talking today. Like I'm that person. I keep it really tight. You know, I keep it really loyal when it comes to that, and it's very difficult to find new people, new friends, but it is possible, you know.
Okay. So what was now the first break on TV? So imagine now things are starting to come together. What was the first boom stamp that says, yo, I imagine? What production were you on that, you know?
Oh man, okay, so I think for me, the first break, it's not a difficult one. And I think it had to be the Color Purple. I think the Color Purple.
And where did it play?
It was at the Joburg Theatre. It was such a huge production. And the best of the best in the business were in it as well. And I think that one really solidified the reason why I am doing what I'm doing as an artist. And then after that, the Herd came through, like the TV series, and I was able to transition from theater very nicely to television, and and then I never looked back. Okay,
and let's talk a bit about that, transitioning from theater to TV, because a lot of people don't know. A lot of people just know it's either they know the one or the other.
Yeah.
You know, where you find also people who think they're real actors. And not even trying to throw any shade at anybody, but what are the contrasts? What is the contrast? You know, like from this side to that side. Yeah.
First and foremost, theater is loud. But anyway, theater, babe, everything is like immediate. Everything is just like now, and you are required to be present and deliver the lines just as is, and you are loud. Everything, even your expressions, and then transitioning from that to television, where everything is just compact. Even your voice. Even your voice, you're like. I project, honey. That's what I do for a living. Like I project. I'm a theater actress. And now all of a sudden I'm required to just keep everything right here. Even the eyes as well. You have to be serious as well. Like the eyes have got to be always, you mustn't be found dead when it comes to your eyes, because the camera does not lie. It doesn't lie. So that transition for me was a bit tricky. Still is, and but I respect both mediums. I do.
But which one do you love more?
Theater. Theater.
You're such a theater person.
I know, right?
I'm not as if they know the makelots. We are too late and makelots. No, that's still nice. That's still, but is it when you're on set, right?
Yeah.
because I know it's also long hours and stuff. In terms of other actors that you act with, is it easy to tell with the law in the theater, law aganaye?
It's very easy.
Yeah.
It is. I'm so sorry.
Like
Like
I'm a celebrity.
it is. There are some people who are just very, very eccentric. You see that this is a theater child.
Yes.
This is a theater baby.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, it is. It is. Yeah, it just requires you to be very, very present, and just feeling people's energy as well, because you have to be both in it together. Especially when they say action.
Yeah.
You've got to be on just like
You have to be ready.
You have to be on just like that, and there's just no stopping. And up until you stop, and then you have to sit there long hours, and then you have to wait for your next scene, and it's like, oh God, okay.
Yeah.
Grateful nonetheless. Yeah.
So how do you deal with now? Okay, because I'm sure when you were doing the Lion Kings and all those musicals, The Color Purple, you weren't really in people's faces because the theater world is it's a world. It's like it's a different world, you know. But man, they must all vela with TV, and now you can't be seen. You're taking chappies because it's like, oh, okay, wow. Losiso actor with the head. How is that, and how are people reacting to you? You know, the difference of just the fans, your family, people who know you, random people in jail. Your DM, because we know them.
It was very sweet.
Yeah.
I will lie to you and say that I never got a negative feedback, which was really sweet. Yeah, like it was very, very nice.
Yeah.
Like, that's when you know that you are at the right place at the right time, you're on the right track, when people are affirming what you do. But the danger in that is that when you want to get approval now from them, right? Because when yourself, maybe you don't believe in your own self, that's when it becomes dangerous. So getting that, that approval of saying, okay, they're doing great, and hey, can I have a picture with you? It's such a surreal thing, but you need to be balanced and know yourself and be grounded within who you are, and not get caught up in the wave of the praises. Now we just do it for the art, you do it for the craft. You need to get paid. We do it for the work now.
100%.
The rah and all of that, the praises, they're beautiful. We need them. Just say, okay, we're at the right place, but anything else.
And then what about industry friends? Because there's a little demon called industry friends. People who like Ayanda, because Ayanda's booming now. She's moving. How do you deal with that?
Funny enough, I never fell under that trap for some reason, because I don't know, I just always show up as authentically as myself always, and I can discern as well if Uza with that fake whatever vibe, and I get away from you. I've never had a problem like that. I cannot just sit here, oh my God, I'm so betrayed by no. Nope, not me. I'm there, we work together, we do amazing things. I love your talent, you love my talent. Let's do something together, let's create magic, let's go home. Bye. Hey, when we see each other in the street, hey, when we see each other in the industry, in the functions, hey, nothing but love for you. But after that, bye.
But you have to